In first section of this course, you'll have good idea about expressions, what they are capable of, how they work, and how to write them. And now we are going to learn about controllers. A controller is actually used to control the value which we will pass through our expression. That means we will generate a value by the controller and our expression will accept that value and will perform according to that. And the fact is that without controllers, it's impossible to create a user-friendly template. So in this section, we will focus on each type of controller. But in this particular lecture, we will begin with slider controller. So we have already seen how to make concentric circles and how to put expressions so that user need not to go deep inside of all properties of the object itself. We can simplify it even more using a slider controller so that user can modify both values very easily. So what I'm going to do, just create a layer solid first. Now go to Effect, Generate, and apply Circle. We are just doing same thing which we have done before, and let's change its color to dark gray, increase radius and edge radius values depending on how big and thick border you want, 250 to be precise, and 230 would be fine. Alright, now I want this edge radius value will be 20 points less than the radius value always. So we just need to add expression to edge radius parameter. Same as we have done before, just pick the current value of radius and subtract 20 from it. Now edge radius value will get updated according to the radius value. But here, I want this value to be dynamic. That is, my user of the template will be able to fix it to his desired amount. And for that, we need to edit this expression and use a slider controller instead of a fixed number. So just keep selected this layer and go to Effect, Expression Controller, and create a slider controller. It will be listed here in Effects Control panel. Now we will keep this value here and we don't need this one. Instead of this, we will just pick the value of slider controller. When we will apply it, circle will be disappeared because at this time slider value is 0 and according to the expression it will subtract 0 from radius value. So edge radius value will become equal to the radius itself. So let's increase slider value. And now you can modify it. By using two parameters, we are able to change size of the circle. But problem still persists because it's still not user-friendly. We need more readability so that a user shouldn't go in depth with layer properties. So let's delete this expression and let's create a null object. Rename it as controller, and I am also going to remove this controller from here and apply slider controller onto this null object. Press enter to rename it. Let's call it radius. Outer radius will be much better to make it more clear. Duplicate it and let's call it inner radius. Now we need to link these controllers with our effect. So add expression to radius and we need to derive it with our controller. For that, we have to lock this panel first. So select the layer and tap on this tiny lock button. It will just lock this panel, no matter we select another layer. Now edit this one and pick the value of outer radius controller. Alright, now just add expression to edge radius. For this one, we will have to take this radius value, which is now derived by this controller. So pick the value of outer radius controller first. And now subtract the value of this inner radius controller. Apply it. Now my small template is user friendly. User just need to select this controller layer and he will be able to change circle size and its border thickness. He has not to deal with layer properties. Everything is in front of his eyes, which is completely readable. Let me show you more. Create a text using text tool. Close these panels to have more room to work. And let me align it to the center of the screen using this align panel. Using pan behind tool, set its anchor point to the center of the text holding Control or Command key. Fine. I think font size should be bigger, so go to Window menu and open Character panel and increase font size. Again, I'm using pan behind tool to put its anchor point to the center of the text. Put the text in the center of the circle. Okay, I want 3 controllers now. One for text size, other 2 for moving it along x-axis and y-axis. So let's have one more null layer to apply my controllers onto that. Just hide it and go to Effect, Expression Controller and apply Slider Controller. Duplicate it 2 more times. Call this one font size, this one horizontal POS, and this one vertical POS. Expand this text layer's transformation properties and add expression to scale. Let's parent it with the controller. Sorry, I forgot to lock the panel. Now just parent this scale with the font size controller. Apply it, and now you will be able to change text size by the controller itself. Now we need to add expression to position property, but here we will have to take care of the array. So if we directly parent it with one controller, it will move text to top left side, and this is because it has generated a temp variable and kept that for both values in the array, and this temp variable contains value of the second controller. So if we change slider value, text will move diagonally because it's using same value for both horizontal and vertical positions. To fix it, let me undo it and remove this expression. Now create a new variable named x underscore POS, which is equal to this controller's value. Got it? Put a semicolon. Similarly, create a new variable y underscore POS and set it equal to the value of last controller. Actually, I'm confused between x and y axis, which is horizontal and which is vertical. If I'm going wrong, please forgive me for that. And lastly, we just need to create an array to implement that. Open and close brackets, and under this put both variables. Apply it. Now by using the controllers, you will be able to move text in any direction. So this is whole concept of slider controller. And you must know that slider controller is widely used in every template. Now to be organized, let's rename it as text controller and call this one circle controller. And let's put both controllers together. In next lesson, we will learn about color controller.